Okay, I'm back, and now we want to talk about logarithms on your calculator and how to do them. Now you'll notice that this topic is in blue, so that if you're one of my students, don't worry about it. We're not going to be doing logarithms. In astronomy, we do it one time. You have to press the button one time on your calculator to do a logarithm. Other than that, we don't really use logarithms a whole lot. But I wanted to show you how to use them in case you ever need to do it in a different class. So the formula that we want to solve is going to be 10 raised to the x power is equal to 100. And I deliberately picked an equation that you could probably solve in your head without using the calculator. So that what you want to figure out is what number 10 raised to what number is equal to 100, and hopefully you knew that it was 2. So 10 squared is equal to 100. But let's go ahead and verify that using the calculator. Okay, now what we need to do is isolate the x by itself. So we take a logarithm of both sides. So the logarithm of 10 to the x, and then remember, whatever you do to one side of an equation, you got to do to the other side. So this would be the logarithm of 100. And then the effect is the logarithm of this thing pops the x out. So that's equal to x, and now all we've got to figure out is what is the logarithm of 100. So let's go over to our calculator and let's clear it, and then let's enter 100. So we need to press 100 and then press the LOG button, which is up here, and we get 2. So x is equal to 2. The logarithm of 100 is equal to 2. Now, on some calculators, however, it has what's referred to as reverse logic. So on some calculators, you may need to press the LOG button first, then press 100, and then hit the equals button. So check your calculator. If your calculator is a TI-30XA, then it's going to be just like what we did. But you may have a different calculator, so check out how your calculator works. So that's the logarithm. Okay, now let's go and do another one involving logarithms. And so this time what we want to do is figure out what is 10 raised to the 5th power. Again, you should be able to figure out what this is, because this is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, 5 times. So 10 multiplied by itself 5 times equals something. And so that's basically a 1 with then 5 zeros on it. So that's what the answer ought to be. But let's pretend that we didn't know that. So what we need to find is the inverse of a logarithm. So if you look here, here's the word log, so that's the logarithm, but then up above it, it has 10 to the x power. So that's the inverse of a logarithm. So that means we need to hit the second function key. So let's clear this. We're going to enter a 5, then press the shift key, the second function key, and then press the LOG button, and then it gives us this number here, which is the same as this number here. So that's how you would do that. Okay, let's take a break, and then when we come back, let's talk about trigonometry.